Jharat Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcomes you to the session of Power Electronics. Today I am going to discuss about Unit 6, that is Applications of Power Electronics, with topic Types of UPS. So let's start the session. First of all, let's talk about continuous backup UPS. In the last session, we have discussed about the online UPS or the inverter tap preferred UPS. In this session, let's talk about the continuous backup UPS. In this case also, the first block is the rectifier plus charger. Rectifier plus charger is used to save the energy, and then it is applied to the inverter. These two blocks are same in case of, even if we talk about the inverter preferred UPS or in the case of continuous backup UPS. So these two blocks are rectifier plus charger and then inverters. So next block is the static switches. Here the static switches are used. You can see that here two anti-parallel SCRs are connected back to back. Two SCRs will offer the UPS switch advantage as well as the static switch advantage. Then further it will be connected with the battery bank. This battery bank has provided the function of the continuous backup for the power. So after it is supplied to the inverter, then static switches, it also goes to the battery bank to save the power. There is also one UPS static switch here. UPS static switch is also works as just two anti-parallel SCRs connected back to back, and here the change in the online UPS and the continuous backup UPS is this generator static switch. Here this generator static switch is connected with the AC mains so that the uninterruptible power supply will be continuously given to any device. So here after the generator static switch is AC source is connected to it. So the meter diagram has a change of the generator switch. So what are the main features and why it will be used? So the reason for why it can be used is if the main supply and UPS fails at a time, means the AC source that will come from either, if we talk about the single phase or the three phase, then it will be if it fails, and if the UPS means uninterruptible power supply that we have given by the static switches that also fails, then in that case this continuous UPS means continuous power or continuous source can be provided by the AC generator. So this is the reason why we will use this. What are the main features for it? So online UPS with AC generator. In the previous case we have seen that there is the absence of the AC generator, while in this case the online UPS with AC generator can be used. What are the major advantages and disadvantages or the limitations for this is? The advantages is it provides reliability. How it can be provided the reliability for the circuit? So reliability can be provided in the case like if the main and UPS fails, then also the system cannot break and offers the reliability. So this is the advantage of the circuit. What are the limitations? So obviously we use the three type of supply. Here the main supply, that is our single phase and three phase supply. The uninterruptible power supply is provided through the static switches, and the third one is through the AC switches or AC static switches or through the AC generator. So the result is obviously increase in the cost. So these are the limitations for the continuous backup UPS, but you should also remember the reliability that it provides, that never the system fails. Next one is offline UPS. The circuit diagram, block diagram for the offline UPS is almost the same while in case of the online UPS that we have seen, the first block is the rectifier plus charger, then again it will be provided to the inverter circuit, then static switches, it is like two anti-parallel SCRs connected back to back. Then it is connected with the critical load. Here why we take the case of the critical load means if there is a more load connected, then there is a burden on the whole circuit, and in that case there are more chances to break the whole system, or that cannot be possible to apply power to the whole circuit. So here we connect the critical load to it. The main change in this is here the UPS static switch is also connected as a backup, that if this path break, or if we can say that this path cannot work, this state path, then it will be provided by this UPS static switch and the continuous power off will be possible. So here it can be operated in the two different modes that we will see later on. Here again, for saving the power, the battery bank can be connected to it and it will be grounded. So here, as I earlier talked, that AC mains can be of single phase as well as the three phase circuit. Here the UPS static switch and the second one is the main static switch. So in this circuit you should remember that the main static switch is always connected to, or normally connected to on, means if there is no interference in between the power level, then the whole power can be supplied through this path, and that's why here the main static switch is normally on, while the second path will work only when this path cannot be worked. When this main path cannot be worked, then the supply can be provided by the UPS static switch. Here, as I said that the main static switch is normally on. It connects AC mains directly towards the load, because as we seen in the circuit diagram or the block diagram, that the main static switch is connected with the critical load, and that's why here it is written that it connects AC mains directly towards the load. Here the UPS static switch is normally off. Why the UPS static switch is normally off? Because in the initial period the main supply will be given through the original static switch, and if that fails, then only the UPS static switch will be given. It is closed only when the main fails, means it only works when the main static switch does not work. So here it can have a different specification. So let's see what are the specifications for the circuit. So here first talk about the output voltage. So output voltage expected range. Here, because there are two switches are used, static switches for the main and static switches for the UPS. So that's why here the main has a different voltage and the UPS has a different voltage. So let's talk first about the output voltage range for the main static switch. So for the main static switch, it will be from the 230 plus or minus 5% will be the variation. In case of UPS static switch also, the output voltage range is 230 volt, but the difference is in the percentage of variations, like it can be of 0.5% in case of the UPS static switch. Now let's talk about the output waveform. So in this case of output waveform, it will be sinusoidal. In case of input voltage, it has the different ranges, like it can be of 24 volt or 48 or 72 volt. If we talk about the power rating, power is the multiplication of voltage and current, and that's why unit is volt ampere. So it can be 1 kilovolt ampere or 2 kilovolt ampere. If we talk about the time taken for battery to charge, because in the block diagram we have seen that there is also an option of the battery charger. So for that battery to be charged, the time requirement is 3 to 4 hours. If we talk about the efficiency of the system, it is very good. It is up to 85% in the continuous backup also, and in case of offline also. In case of backup time is less than 5 milliseconds, and that's why here it provides the efficiency greater than 85%. If there is a high amount of load is connected, means if there is a critical load condition, means high amount of inductor or resistive load is connected, then there is a possibility of this number circuit, and it can be used as a protection circuit also. So which type of protection circuit can be provided for this is main over the voltage, for the low battery and for the output current. We require the protection circuit. Okay, so in this session we have seen about the continuous backup UPS, that how it will work when even the AC mains stops or when the uninterruptible power supply stops. So in that case, the continuous backup UPS has the advantage that it will be providing the supply by the third AC generator. So it will have the advantage compared to the online UPS. Then we have seen about the different other UPS, that how the line interactive UPS can be worked. And lastly, we have seen about the specifications of the uninterruptible power supply. So in the next session, we will see about the line interactive UPS and different modes of line interactive UPS, that what will happen when the static switch will remain on and when the static switch will remain off. So it will operate in a two different modes depending on the switch operation. And then lastly, we will see about the reliability of UPS, means what will happen when even the UPS cannot work or the single phase and the three phase supply cannot work. So in that case, the reliability of UPS is the main essential part. So it can be provided with the other arrangement that we will see in the next session. Up to this, for this session, if you have any doubts or queries regarding this session, you can ask me on my email ID, that is jarat.panchal_lgit@lginstitutes.edu.in. Thank you for watching.